Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is frenemies. One of the things that people always ignore but has proven to be an age-old strategy is deception, which plays a part in warfare. All warfare is done via deception. Do not ever forget that, and I will outline some examples of this. For instance, when one of my mentors, a Ethiopian Orthodox priest, posed a riddle, I didn't know how to answer it at the time. And it was, where is the greatest evil? And I didn't know. I was perplexed. And he said, amongst the greatest good. Oftentimes we get too caught up on battling with other ethnic groups or races or engaging in class warfare. And your enemy is right next to you. They've studied you. They know your tendencies, your likes, your dislikes, your pattern. They know all this. So they know how to employ warfare towards you. And this goes beyond magic. This is why I always tell people, do not discuss magic with people who are not practitioners of it. Now, there will be some who will try and get information out of you. And I would highly advise you do not fall for that because of your ego or this so-called willingness to help everybody. The love and light nonsense. Don't get involved in that. When we are doing the work, your enemies have always been there. I'm going to outline the following scenario. One scenario was a classic martial arts movie from the Shaw Brothers, The Five Deadly Venoms in 1978. And towards the finale, when the Venoms were going to battle each other, Snake had basically let the cat out the bag. And Scorpion had asked him, and he was the middle Venom. Scorpion had asked him, how long have you known? And Snake's reply was, I knew who you were when you used your darts in court to break Lee Ho's technique. And Lizard was like, wait a minute, I've been working with you as a police officer and you were my captain. And he was like, you were planning to get rid of all of us. And Scorpion's reply was, of course. So the thing was, this is a person that worked with the Lizard. The Lizard did not know who he really was. And he was manipulating him as a pawn throughout the whole movie. And that's just one example. Another example is the people that come as frenemies in the form or the guise of a politician. They're going to make your life so much better. They're going to give you jobs. They're going to elevate the so-called middle class. And there is no middle class. They're going to do all these things. Here's another example. There was an episode of Family Guy called Tea Party. And basically, Peter's father-in-law, Carter Feudersmith, wanted regulations really done away with so him and his people could do what they wanted to do. And Peter, being the overgrown child that he is, and this is how most politicians, the majority of them, see mouth breathers. You are children to them. They have nothing but utter contempt for you. And Peter says, well, we're the same, you and I. We don't want Big Brother around in government. And Carter's reply was, yeah, we're the same, all right, except I make 10 times more than you do. How is that the same? Anyone that offers you a utopia, know this. You will get the direct opposite. No one is going to give you a utopia in this country or any other country. Look at the rise of Barack Obama. Raised more money than any other president before you. Has your life gotten better? No. People in Chicago that I've talked to, they didn't even know who he was until his political ascension. Not to mention that he's a distant cousin of Dick Cheney. Look at Donald Trump. Did your life get better with him? He was going to drain the swamp and all these things. Let me tell you something. You are living in a fool's paradise if you think some privileged individual is going to keep their word. Their word is only at the behest and the largesse of their masters. They don't care anything about you. We've seen this time and time again. Did life get better with Lenin? No. Did it get better with Fidel Castro? No. It didn't get better. But they posed as these friends in a privileged position that was going to pull you up, or the so-called trickle-down economics during Reagan's presidency, where people who were in these positions with wealth were going to pull up the poor people. We both know that didn't happen, right? So your enemy is always close, and they will always pose as your friend. It doesn't matter if you went to high school with them. It does not matter if, oh, we've known each other for 25, 30 years. Sometimes people will come in your life just to keep a watch on you, so you won't wake up and find out who you are, who you really are, and the heavy burden and responsibility that you're going to have on this path, on this journey. So it doesn't matter if you have some family meeting and you put all the issues out on the table, or you go to Olive Garden and Applebee's and have drinks and, hey, we squashed it. No, you squashed it. They didn't squash anything. And lower entities will prey on this, because if somebody doesn't like you, a parasitic entity, for example, a grundle, all they will do is amplify this. It's all. If somebody doesn't like you and you're their enemy in their eyesight, their third eye is calcified and their vision is myopic. But if they hate you or they despise you, they will do anything to keep you an ordinary denizen. They will keep that hamster on that meal. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to lose sleep at night coming up with new strategies to do so. And there's a plethora and abundance of resources that you can get. The Sociopath Next Door, The Art of War, and I just gave examples of that. Or you can get a more modern and up-to-date version called The 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene, the same author of 48 Laws of Power. You can get that book. Now, if you want to employ a daemon, there's two I would highly recommend from the Goetia. Pay attention, use their sigils. One is Beleth. Beleth can let you know who is truly your friend, who loves you, and who detests you. The other one is even more effective. His name is Andromalius. You can use him, and he's good at not only picking up the true intentions of an individual, but also dealing with thieves and those who steal from you. Because what is the number one commodity that we all possess on this third dimensional plane? That's time. That's something you can never get back. So Andromalius is great to employ. His tarot card is the Ten of Cups. His incense is sandalwood, and his color is red. So he's good to deal with thieves and those who would hurt you, either magically or just hurt you with their destructive energy. So I highly recommend those two. So always know this: your enemies are closer than you think. Always, always keep this in mind. So with that, that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.